Today, we're exploring the final frontier.
Starting lesson in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here's the deal.
Let's learn!
In the year 20XX, a pandemic spread across the land. But when educational doors closed and communities practiced social distancing, CFI 70's language and literature teacher was still up for the challenge. Join Mr. Strother and his amazing quarantine!
Read alouds, news articles, comic books, writing activities, greyhounds, kids who don't even go here, flavored water, dad jokes.
You are now joining Mr. Strother's Quarantine.
Welcome back, ballers and scholars. Today's week 6, day 2, and that means Newsella. Today's article is called Black in Space, Looks at Final Frontier of Civil Rights. We're also using state standard RN2.1. Analyze what a text says explicitly, as well as draw inferences from the text through strong and supportive textual evidence. The intro to this article really sets this up, so let's take a quick look at this awesome historic black figure. In 1959, Ronald Irwin McNair walked into a South Carolina library. The 9-year-old aspiring astronaut wanted to check out a calculus book, but a librarian threatened to call the police if he didn't leave. McNair was black. Years later, McNair was selected to become the second African American to travel to space, overcoming segregation, poverty, and stereotypes in an intellectual act of resistance that inspired a generation. Tragically, McNair died in the 1986 Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy. You see, the Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy was broadcast live on TV and was a heartbreaking moment. Not only because he was the second African American to become an astronaut fighting tooth and nail against stereotypes and cultural pushback at the time just to get there, but also because almost 1 in 5 people in America watched that broadcast. It was the first time a teacher was on board a space flight as well. Because of the cold weather at the time of their launch, the seals didn't hold, and one of the joints in its right rocket booster failed at liftoff. It wasn't known until it was too late, and it caused an unexpected explosion before they could even escape Earth's atmosphere. It was 1986. I was only 1 year old at the time, so I have no memory of it, but rather than focus on the tragedy, let's focus on celebrating McNair's life and his story. The article gives us a great overview about McNair's life and journey. And afterward, I have a treat for you. I included the entire Smithsonian Channel episode about McNair's life and journey to becoming a historic astronaut that this article's about. But first, you have to answer that question in the writing prompt part of the article. I ask, choose a person, event, or idea from the text. Explain what the text reveals about your chosen topic. That's with evidence. So our ordinary strategy of race, R-A-C-E, restate, answer, cite, explain, really just becomes ACE, answer, cite, explain. Be sure to drop that response in Newsella and check out the Smithsonian episode linked in Clever called Black in Space, Breaking the Color Barrier. Interested in more astronaut figures you may not have heard of? Check out Guy Bluford, the first African American astronaut, and Mae Jemison, the first black woman to travel into space. Don't ever let anyone tell you your dream is impossible. And as always, have a great day.